Yesterday, the January 6th Select Committee issued 6 new subpoenas, including a subpoena to the Trump lawyer who authored the infamous coup memo, a lawyer by the name of John Eastman. Also included in those 6 were people like Jason Miller and Bill Stepien and several others, but it's the Eastman subpoena that really should have the most impact. What the committee is attempting to do is they're trying to set the stage. Basically, they're painting a massive picture of what happened in the lead up to January 6th. And in order to prove that Donald Trump was the one who put all these events in motion, they have to establish that he was actively working to overthrow the results of the 2020 presidential election, which of course was the goal of the Capitol rioters, according to the committee. So, Eastman wrote this memo. We've talked about it. Everybody's talked about it. You know, he had this plan in place. They were going to use Mike Pence. They were not going to certify the results of the election. They were going to have Mike Pence come out there and dismiss certain states' results in order to let Donald Trump get the electoral edge and win another term in office. That was the plan. It was actually just part of the plan, but that's just kind of laying it bare for you. Eastman was the man who came up with that, and luckily Mike Pence didn't go along with that because, you know, that wouldn't have been legal. Nevertheless, Eastman was the guy who tried to put it in motion. So yes, subpoenaing him is incredibly important. Again, it's an issue that I'm kind of shocked they didn't do prior to this. Kind of seems like the thing you should have jumped on a month or so ago when the memo came out. But yeah, better late than never, right? So the big question is, what are we going to do when these individuals defy these subpoenas? Because we know it's coming. And we know it's coming because we've seen the other Trump people do the same thing and not be punished for it. And therein lies the problem. There are lots of calls right now for Attorney General Merrick Garland to either go forward and issue contempt charges against Steve Bannon for defying a subpoena from the committee, or to step down. And I agree with that 100%. Merrick Garland, if you're not going to do your job, get the hell out of the way so somebody else can. And then yesterday, of course, the DOJ says, we're making a big grand announcement at 12:30 today, folks. And then they come and they talk about malware. Everybody thought it was going to be the Steve Bannon contempt charge, but instead it was malware is a big problem. We want to deal with that. Yeah, as if we all didn't already know that. You shouldn't have even hyped that little press conference. That was a true bait and switch. But Eastman, I imagine, is going to do everything possible to fight the subpoena, just like Bannon and just like so many others have done. And if the Biden administration is not going to step forward and have the DOJ prosecute these people for something that you or I would be prosecuted for if we did the same thing, then what's the point of having a DOJ in the first place? If you're not there to make sure law and order is followed, then you serve absolutely no purpose. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you want even more Ring of Fire, we encourage everyone to like, comment, share, but most importantly, subscribe. And don't forget, you can find me on all social media outlets at Fair and Balanced.